Welcome to episode 22 of the IT Provider Network. I just got back from my epic boat trip to Florida. Three of us took a 60-foot azimuth down to Delray Beach in Florida from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Great trip. Ran into a little bit of bad weather, but we danced around it. Had a really good time, and I'm happy to be back in the seat. But I'm only home for 2 days because I'm heading off to IT Nation in Orlando on Tuesday, and I thought I'd share with you some tips and tricks to get the most out of IT Nation, or any conference for that matter.
Welcome to the IT Provider Network. Are you a managed service entrepreneur wanting to take your business to the next level? Do you excel in IT but feel your business management could be better? Join Terry Rossi, where every episode he shares the skills, tips, and tricks that helped him to build a successful worldwide business.
Hi, and welcome to episode 22 of the IT Provider Network. I'm Terry Rossi, and today I want to talk to you about getting the most out of IT Nation. IT Nation's coming up next week in Orlando, Florida. It's the Worldwide ConnectWise Conference, and me and my team are heading down, as we've done for the last 10 years, I think. So I put together a list of some of the things that I think you should do to get the most out of the conference. I hope this is helpful for you. So the first thing, before you go, book your flights and your hotel room. I usually book my hotel room as soon as possible, and I usually buy my IT Nation conference ticket as soon as possible. Usually when they go on sale, it's the lowest price. I try to book them then and book my hotel right away, because the conference hotels, the hotels that are at the convention center, usually sell out, and then you're forced to stay in another hotel off-site. Not nearly as good. So book your hotel right away. Get your conference ticket right away. You can wait a little while for the airfare, because usually getting flights to Orlando, at least from Philadelphia, is not a big deal. If you can stay at one of the conference hotels at the convention center, I recommend you do that. That's where all the action's happening. That's where all the bar conversation is happening. So try to get it into one of the conference hotels. Yes, it probably will cost you a little bit more, but it's really, really worth it to be in the center of the action. You don't need a car if you go to IT Nation. All the hotels are right around the convention center. Everything you need is either there or a quick Uber ride away. If you need a ride from the airport, Mears has a shuttle, or you can grab an Uber there too. What I do before I leave for the conference is I do whatever I can to simplify my life. And some of that has to do with email. So I'm on a lot of email aliases in our company. I do that just to kind of keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening, but I don't really need to be on them. So I remove myself from as much extra email as possible. So I take myself off those aliases for the conference. I put an out of office message on my email and my phone, which of course you guys should do that as well. And I really try to streamline what I need to do when I'm at the conference that doesn't involve the conference itself. I always make sure I have plenty of business cards. If I don't have them, I make sure I get them on order in time to get them for the conference. You know, conferences are a great place to build relationships with other MSPs, with vendors, and of course with ConnectWise, with the conference hosts. If you're not involved with a peer group, this is really important, because it's really your only chance. These conferences are really your only chance to meet other like-minded peers. When you meet somebody at a conference, don't just exchange business cards. Try to build a quick rapport with the person you're speaking with. If you want some tips on building rapport, you can check out episode 3 of the IT Provider Network, Building Rapport with Customers, Employees, and Prospects. You can also get and listen to the book, How to Make People Like You in 90 Seconds or Less by Nicholas Boothman. It's a great book. If you get it on Audible, it's about a 3-hour listen, so you could probably read it on the way down on your flight. And if you don't use Audible yet, you should. You can sign up for Audible on the link at the show notes. I'll get a couple bucks for that. You'll get 2 books free when you sign up. So it's really a good deal. You can find the link on the show notes at the itprovidernetwork.com/itnation. Another thing you should do before you go to the conference is download and configure the conference app, the app for your phone. This is a great way to keep your schedule on your phone. You don't have to carry anything extra. You're going to be doing a lot of walk-in at the conference. So use the IT Nation app as your playbook. By getting it ahead of time, planning the sessions you want to attend, you won't have to worry about carrying around a bunch of stuff, and you'll know exactly where you need to go next. Speaking of sessions, this will be my 10th or 11th IT Nation, I think. And in my opinion, there's generally 3 types of speakers. There's the ConnectWise educators, and these sessions are usually done by ConnectWise consultants that work for ConnectWise, either with or without a customer. They usually are like how-to type sessions, how to use the software better. That may be of interest to you, depending on how new you are with ConnectWise. The second type of sessions are usually done by ConnectWise partners, and these are either done with or without a customer co-presenting. They usually have some really good content. They're usually loosely associated with the product or service that the partner is pitching, but it's not a sales pitch. It's a way to get more value out of either their product or the methodology that they're pitching. And then the third one is like a thought leader. So ConnectWise usually brings in some really good thought leaders. These are actually my favorite sessions. You know, they allow me to step out of the MSP business a little bit, broaden my mind a little bit, listen to something or someone that I don't usually have access to. You want to think of IT Nation as your unpaid board of directors too. You want to figure out some topics ahead of time that you need help with and lock them in your memory. Use those topics and use your questions as icebreakers when you network with people at the event. Don't just be a taker, though. Make sure you're giving as much as you're getting. Give your advice freely. Make sure you give it completely. Don't give people BS answers. Give them everything they need to succeed with the question you're answering for them. Remember, execution is the key to success, and most of those people won't execute. They'll just listen to what you said and either toss it away or not act on it. A very small percentage of them are going to take your secret sauce and go execute it, so don't worry about it. Lastly, before you go, you want to think about doing some pre-conference workshops or maybe attending the IT Nation Gives event. C-Level Consulting, Gary Pica, True Methods, Marketopia, IT Glue, they all have pre-conference events this year. They're usually a little extra fee. They take up the Wednesday afternoon time frame right before the conference officially starts, and usually they're excellent. I've attended a few of these, and I'm attending one this year. I highly recommend it. And if you have time on Wednesday morning, I highly recommend that you attend the IT Nation Gives event. IT Nation Gives is a philanthropic event where ConnectWise shuttles you to a location in Orlando, and a group of MSPs and some of the ConnectWise employees get together and they work with an organization that helps people in some ways. Last year, we painted apartments for veterans that were transitioning back to the workforce. The year before, we worked with the Orlando Boys and Girls Club. It's a really, really nice event. And it's basically just a 4-hour commitment. So it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good you participated. It gets you started off on the right foot. A little bit of good karma to get you going for the event. You can find some more information about IT Nation Gives on the show notes for this episode at theitnetwork.com/ITNation or at theitnation.com. That's the official website for IT Nation. So now you're ready to go. You're at the conference. I recommend you get there, get settled in your room. I always like to hang things up. I get my suitcase unpacked, hang my shirts up so I don't look like I just rolled out of bed. And then once you get settled in, get out of your room. Start networking. Start meeting people. Get the lay of the land of where you're going. The Orlando Convention Center is huge, and you will get lost on the first day. So try to get a little bit of a lay of the land, where you need to leave from your hotel, how long it takes you to walk there, etc. And I'm warning you, it's a big place. Make sure you bring some comfortable shoes. So on day one, you want to find the registration desk, get yourself registered, confirm your agenda is the same agenda that was on the app. There are some changes sometimes, and then get yourself to the welcome reception. Start meeting people. That's the first event of the conference. It's usually a great time. They have some food and drinks and a lot of networking and meeting people. I also encourage you not to screw off at the conference. Attend as many sessions as possible. I've seen a bunch of people over the years that have blown off the whole conference. It's your prerogative what you want to do, but you're not going to grow your business by going to Disneyland. Have fun, and there's plenty of time to have fun at night, but I encourage you to attend these sessions during the day. Work hard, play hard. Make the most out of the breaks, too. Meet your peers, form relationships. Don't stand in the corner and drink your coffee. pull yourself up to a table, ask if you can join the conversation, and then join the conversation. Remember those questions you put together before the conference, things that you want to learn about, things that you need to change in your business. Those networking breaks are a great way to get a lot of your questions answered from a lot of different people. Don't forget to attend the vendor pavilion too. It's huge. And the demo rooms. Both of these things are really, really good events. They're really good to see what's going on in the industry, what's going on with new products and services that might help you or your company. And there's usually some really good show deals. Make sure you take advantage of them if they're solutions you want. I encourage you not to make impulse buys at the show, but take advantage of show specials if there's something you need for your company. You also want to attend as many after events as you can. Attend any of the after parties that you get invited to. I think this year there's a kind of mega party going on at the Blue Martini Room or something. 5 or 6 vendors got together, and it's pretty much a free-for-all. So I'm sure everyone will be there on that night. ConnectWise usually has an off-the-grid party on the last night, and of course the welcome reception on the first night, and there's plenty of other parties to go to. And because there's booze involved, you can sometimes get a little longer-winded answer than you would at a networking break. So take advantage of it. I also encourage you to take some selfies. If you can, take a selfie with the keynote speaker. You might be thinking I'm nuts when I say this, but it's good social proof for you. If you can have your picture taken with a thought leader, then you're going to be able to leverage that in your social media campaigns. So take selfies with thought leaders. Anybody that's anybody, take a picture with them. And lastly, make sure you head to the bar at night. You know, the conference is not a time to go to your room early. It's a time to stay out as late as you can and push your body a little bit to get the most out of those days. You're spending a lot of money to be there. You're away from your office. You really want to take advantage of the whole day and the evening. So make sure you do that. So that's my advice for the IT Nation conference and really any conference. But when you get back to your headquarters, you want to make sure you do a couple little follow-up things. First and foremost, you want to make contact with your new peers that you've met on LinkedIn. I always try to do that. I always try to connect with everybody on LinkedIn that I have their business card. And I always include a little note reminding them where we met. And if possible, I share something valuable with them. So one of the things you might do is if you find something really great in the demo rooms or the vendor pavilion, share that with them. Hey, Bob, I saw this offering from Boot MSP. In case you missed it, really cool. You might want to check it out at bootmsp.com or something like that. Just to add a little value and link up with the person on LinkedIn. And depending on your business and whether or not you think you either buy or sell to this person, you might want to add them in your CRM or your PSA too. This may or may not be applicable to you, but if you see value in it, add your new connections into your CRM or your PSA. Make sure you code them right, either as a vendor, a partner, a competitor, or whatever your coding is, but make sure you code them right. You don't want to send them your customer communications, but you may want to add them into your CRM. Most CRMs don't charge you extra per contact, so it never hurts to have them in there. And lastly, after the conference, make sure you execute. Reflect on what you've learned at the conference. Put together a presentation for your team. It's important you share your new knowledge with them. Make them feel that you're thinking about them. You took the time to document some of the key highlights from the conference and share it with them. If it's really good stuff, this will cement it in your brain and allow you to teach your team and learn it much better. If you came back with an idea you want to implement, document an action plan and execute it. Remember, anyone can get ready, but to be successful, you really need to put your thoughts into action. You need to execute. So make sure you do that. So that's it. It's a wrap. That's all I have for episode 22 of the IT Provider Network. If you're heading down to IT Nation, keep an eye out for me. I'll be there with my team, first at the IT Nation Gives event, and then throughout the entire week. I'm going to let the mailing list know at least one night where I'm going to be, and I hope to meet up with some of you. If you're not on the podcast mailing list yet, sign up at the ITProviderNetwork.com, and I hope to meet you down at IT Nation. Have a great day, and remember, we are IT.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope you've been inspired. Check us out on social media via @ITProviderNet and visit us at www.itprovidernetwork.com for past episodes, show notes, videos, and more. And we hope you'll join Terry next time on the IT Provider Network.